Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So ETH, very exciting, is back in the area where it actually peaked just a few weeks ago. And I'm extremely happy because as you will remember, as a community, you were prepared for a drop. I highlighted to you that the risk is increasing massively here. Whenever we get a shallow wave 4, I told you, and we already completed the minimum requirements for this rally here to the upside, that is typically when I start to take some profits, which I did, with the goal to buy back into this area. Bought back in this area and worked out exceptionally well. And now we are moving higher. Okay. Without, though, any strong retracement as it seems, it is long overdue. I'm now starting to think we won't get it anymore, which is sometimes the case. So when in such a move up here, you don't get a strong retracement like a decent wave 2. Now again, we had one here, but it was only the sort of subdivision wave 2. Normally you would have expected after 5 waves to see a clearer move down. Now you will remember on the way up we talked about the proportions aren't ideal, because I did originally count here this second wave 1 to the upside as a wave 3. But it wasn't the right length, but I still counted it like that because it added up and we got 5 waves in the end. Typically at this stage here, you should have seen the wave 2 down. But I highlighted to you, knowing that you can't really confirm anything without price, that the 1568 level is the one that will determine do we go down or not. And we never broke the 1568 level. So it went up. Some people sometimes misunderstand it, but I did listen to that video again. I said it twice that it is the 1568 level that needs to be watched. And if we break it, we'll probably come down in a wave 2. If not, we're going to continue higher. So a lot of loyal viewers know what to listen to in these videos. You need to listen to every word. Technical analysis is not so simple. You need confirmation levels. If, for example, I'm telling you it starts to look exhausted, but that we need to watch a level here before we can determine it will come down, then it is that level that we need for confirmation, right? I mean, sometimes what you still get, you break below that level and it still rushes into the other direction, but that's not often the case. So you need those confirmation levels, and sometimes people act without getting the confirmation. Now that's all fine if you're happy with it, but if you're not happy with it, and suddenly the market starts to rally and you close your position or something, you need to learn to listen to the subtleties as well. All those levels are important. These are not made up levels. This is professional technical analysis. It's based on the wave pattern. There are rules and guidelines we need to follow. It's not like, right, I'm giving you a number because I think it's relevant. If I do, then I say so. But if the 1568 level here was relevant, it was relevant, okay? So these levels are important. But either way, it was reasonable to believe that we had 5 waves up and that we could come down. But you never know without price confirmation. Nobody's got a crystal ball. We need that price confirmation. Price confirmation never came. Market extended further to the upside, and here again very clearly what you can see is sort of the idea of the trend is your friend until the end, because we are still in a short-term uptrend, and the trend goes as long as the trend goes. Remember where a lot of people were caught out on the way up here because it just extended without any further strong retracement. We had a few good support areas here which I so far took off the chart. All of them did hold. All of them, they were all entry areas, but people still missed them because, you always, eventually you need to take the, you need to trigger it yourself, right? You still need to make the decision to buy or sell. I would never tell you to do so. For some people it will feel right, for some it doesn't, and I can't give you financial advice. But sometimes, especially in crypto, these start to rally. Now, the point I wanted to make is that a wave 2 is actually long overdue, a decent wave 2. So what ideally should have happened is this, maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a wave 1, coming down in 3 waves in a wave 2, and then go up. This is what ideally should have happened. Now it didn't happen. Now, does that mean the Elliott Waves don't work? Absolutely not. Because the Elliott Waves told us as long as we hold 1568, it can still subdivide higher. with a high probability, which it obviously did, because there are always different interpretations. So we can always add, reconstruct the count in order to make it work for extensions. For example, here this was a wave 1, 2, and here another 1, 2 setup, which now leads to these extensions. Yeah, and now we've got here this wave 4, but we talk about that now. So point I try to make is a wave 2 is long overdue. I don't think it will happen anymore necessarily, because the market decided to extend out very, very aggressively, which sometimes happens, but it is not healthy. It is not healthy, and I'm telling you that the same way as I told you here in this region, that this shallow wave 4 is not healthy, and that ideally would like to see a deeper wave 4 into the yellow support area, which then eventually happened. Same way, the right look is important of these waves. It doesn't always happen. The same way we were down here, and I highlighted to you, it would be great to get another leg up, which we obviously did, which extended also much further than originally anticipated. But that's not a problem if someone listened to that signal, or you have to make your own decisions. But if you knew that the right look based on market structure and market sentiment would tell us that we should get a leg up, be careful with short trades at least. Even if that was the the idea you took from those videos, then it helped you. And here as well, it's not healthy, which means we need to be very, very cautious. Very, very cautious at this stage. So what does it mean? It means, first of all, that it probably will go directly to the target, which is sort of the $1,800 level. Yeah. Which I would be extremely happy about, because then all my signals worked out. We highlighted here, I think already on, sorry, this was the chair. Already on Wednesday, I highlighted on Tuesday that we're on the road to 1800 probably. Ethereum was a bit clearer in that sense than Bitcoin. So that's also why I chose to trade Ethereum in this rally and not Bitcoin, which was the good choice, because Bitcoin never really reached target, so I don't trust it. With Ethereum though, it reached target down here very nicely. Not only the support area, it actually reached the target area. And it obviously subdivides higher, and it is currently moving up further. But the problem that I'll try to explain here is, because we don't get these wave 2s, you don't have a structure to build on. This might be a bit nebulous for people, but if you don't get your solid wave 2 setups, and I mean not the small ones here, I mean the proper ones, so the 5 up and the 3 down, which I showed you in the beginning, in red. You don't have a solid foundation to build on, and it's not great, because it means eventually that you continuously push higher, and you only have 3 waves. As you can see here, we don't have 5, we only have 3. Yeah, it's not a complete 5-wave impulse. At least I would have difficulties to interpret it like that. So that means it increases the risk that this is just an ABC pattern. I highlighted that yesterday. You just need to be aware of that risk. I'm not telling you we will come down from here, but it means that if it's just an ABC, for example, A wave, B wave, C wave in 5 waves, that it could, as a B wave, top here somewhere and could bring it down as fast as it rose. Yeah. My strategy in those situations is very simple, because I'm using the areas that my analysis provides me to buy. I'm in the favorable position to move up my stop loss below the 50% retracement, which is here at 1628 now. Now I did set it a bit lower, but I will probably raise it today, because below that 50% level, this pattern gives me a signal that it's going to break, and I'd rather be out. If it then still rallies, fine, it's what it is, made profit, happy. Yeah. But if it breaks down, I'd rather be stopped out. Okay, so I'm not willing to take that risk, a lesson I learned over the many years I've been trading. So that's the simple strategy. Now, if anybody is entered here, I can't really help you, because it's not my strategy. Okay, so what you need to know, we're now just below resistance here. We've hit a ceiling. The subdivisions if we really continue into that 1800 region, would suggest we continue higher, but be aware of that level below the 50% retracement. You can see that we only have 3 waves so far, but based on the subdivisions, which haven't changed at all since yesterday's last video, we should get at least one more wave up. At least one more wave up. Probably even, let me think, probably even 2. So I've got here my 1-2 setup, here 1-2. Yeah, I think I will change it in line with Bitcoin's count. I think I will, and it would indicate that the wave 3 is actually sitting here. This is this wave 4, and I will have to revise here my fib levels then slightly, only slightly. So basically like this, because I've got a complete 5-wave move in here. So this would only be the wave 3 top. And it means that, no, I don't have to revise it at all. No, I don't. So this is still the fib level. It just means we probably see 2 more waves up, okay? With shallow retracements only. And that could very well take us into that 1800 region. And at that point, then we need to be watching if that wave 5 here, which will complete the overall cycle since November, yeah, if that will complete it. And then we've got a nice 5-wave move down, 5-wave move up. And that's then when the moment of truth begins. That's also typically when bullish sentiment will peak and bearish sentiment will take over at some point in wave 2. And when we're about to bottom in wave 2, we're going to see the absolute most bearish news you can think about. And then we are ready to go up again. But obviously provided wave 2 is going to hold. So my strategy continues to be, if we push higher, I will at some point close my position that I entered down here around 1500. That was the plan, to trade the 5th wave. And I might take a little bit more profit of the positions that I bought throughout November. I'm not entirely sure about that, because they are my core positions, or at least parts of my core position. But either way, this is the area in wave 2 where long-term positions can be entered. Attractive long-term positions, in my opinion, no financial advice. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.